Cravats. I've been wearing cravats since I was in the south of France, age 17, being a tourist guide. Always had a cravat, so I've pretty much got a good record on cravats. Probably at that time I didn't know that I would be making them at some point. Very fortunate in that my factory was in Ipswich, just a few miles from Sudbury, where, well, that's the home of English woven silk. Got two great companies there, Vanners and Stephen Walters, that make really beautiful English woven silk. And they've both got little factory shops where you can go and buy surplus stuff. Might be slightly damaged or whatever, just cut around the damaged bits, or just leftover stuff. So I bought acres and acres of silk really cheaply, and I could sell, and I can still sell my cravats at just £40 in English woven silk. Just as an aside, I made some for a very well Savile Row company, and they used to sell them at 95. So now there's only one way to tie a cravat, and let's just do it. The standard British cravat, you see now, in the 1950s a middle class English chap would come home and maybe take his tie off, but even in the home still want to look a bit smart, and he put a cravat on. And in golf clubs, strict sort of tie rules, you were allowed a cravat to go with your blazer. So it's just under and over, like, it's not even a knot, it's just sort of strangling knot like that, and then square that up like that, and tuck it inside your shirt. And now, the beauty of English woven silk is that it sort of grips itself really well. I will not have to touch this for the rest of the day. It will stay exactly like that. Now, there's some beautiful cravats made by Tootle. They made fabulous scarves and they made cravats. The problem with them is the scale. They were a little bit on the small side, and the nature of the rayon type fabric that they're made from meant that they'd slip. And it's an unusual thing. You put on your Tootle cravat in the morning, and it was okay for half an hour, and then it would sort of slip down and the knot would sort of slacken off, and so you'd adjust it. And like 20 minutes later, it would slip down again. And it seemed to get a shorter and shorter time, maybe as it warmed up or something. So they were fabulous patterns, lots of really great paisleys, and there were rock and roll motifs and everything. They made super designs, they're very collectible. But they didn't work really well as cravats. Cravats got to be English woven silk really to be good. And I used to use a couple of fashion students to make cravats for me. And I was selling some in my Jermyn Street shop once. And I just tried one on myself, and I felt a little prick in the side of my neck. And I took the cravat off, and I found a pin in there. Because on making these pleats, people making them will pin it and then press it. And then I found another one. I thought, bloody hell, I wonder how many cravats I've sold and people have had them impaled into their neck with these pins that the girl forgot to take out. But yeah, cravats. The French are a little bit short on words, so they have the same word for cravat and tie. Americans call these an ascot, which is obviously quite wrong. But there is a cravat that you'd wear for ascot. Now, completely different to the one that goes inside your shirt. This goes outside your shirt, and classically for ascot the only colours permitted would be black and silver, or grey for a tie. Things have changed now and things have to move on. It's very, very easy to tie. This one's a little bit longer than it needs to be, but people tie them in different ways. Now, it's pretty simple. I hope I'm going to get this right. Just up like this, and it's just a knot like a tiny parcel. So here we go. You should sort of create a sort of barrel like that. Now, there's no rules on this. The barrel that you make can be any size you like. It can be really tight, can be small. But then you fold, I'm doing this without a mirror, you fold the sides over like that. I'm just going to check in my mirror. Yeah, you see, that's absolutely fine. Now, your waistcoat would cover the V down to there, and then you sometimes put a pearl in like that, a little pearl on a little sticker thing. If it's English woven silk, it probably doesn't need it. But if it's not English woven silk, it won't grip quite so well. But that's your ascot or formal wear cravat.